Hum, la la la. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to TMS Live, show we do every weekend from themediaspeaks.com. Got a really good show for you today. We're going to try and focus on the Google Q&A. So anybody watching, there should be a little thing in the corner that says Google Q&A, join the conversation. And you can do that. It'll pop up on my screen. We'll read your comments. We'll talk about them. Great show for you today. I'm joined today by my two best friends in the whole world. I have with me Sam DeGanji. How you doing? From the Correct Views.
Greetings, unsettled souls, and greetings, Kyle.
Glad to have you on. And I'm also joined by the late, great, probably baked DLAKE. How you doing?
Oh, thank you, Kyle. Thanks for having me on the show. I don't know how I'm late. I'm here on time, but I am great.
I have a surprise for you. It's poop.
So we got a lot to talk about. The main thing that we wanted to talk about, we were talking about a little bit before we started the show today, is this Bo Bergdahl, am I saying that right, D-Lake, Sam? Bo Bergdahl?
Bo Bergdahl. I sometimes say Bo Bergdahl. In reporting, I've been covering it all week, but yeah, I mean,
well,
still
yeah,
breaking.
Yeah, it's still breaking. It's been going on the whole week. D-Lake's made a few videos about it. D-Lake, why don't you give us the breakdown for somebody who's sitting there going, who the fuck is Bo Bergdahl? What are you babbling about? What's going on?
Well, sure. I have a bunch of news and information on it, and essentially the way that I would like to introduce it is by going to a article put out by Charles Krauthammer, who, if you guys know this ugly bastard, he's in a wheelchair, but he's a pretty famous news writer and reporter, and in this piece, he's an opinion writer on the for the Washington Post. Free him, then try him. And within this, you'll get some of the parts that we're going to get to today. What is it with Susan Rice and the Sunday morning talk shows? This time, she said Sergeant Bo Bergdahl in Afghanistan served with honor and distinction. The biggest whopper since she insisted the Benghazi attack was caused by a video. Innocence of the Muslims on YouTube. Yeah, that's the way it happened. And now she says this guy served with honor and distinction and was captured on the battlefield. Well, there is strong eyewitness evidence that Bergdahl deserted his unit and that the search for him endangered his fellow soldiers. In fact, it's reported that 6 or more U.S. military soldiers died in their search for Bergdahl within the first 90 days when it was top priority after he left his base, left his gun, his body armor and stuff behind, a note that says, "So long, I no longer believe in the United States in this war, peace out." If he had served with honor and distinction, there would be no national uproar over his ransom, and some of the widely aired objections to the deal would be as muted as they are flimsy. For example, America doesn't negotiate with terrorists. Okay, he's saying that could be a little bit flimsy. Nonsense, of course we do. Everyone does, while pretending not to, yeah. Number 2, the administration did not give Congress 30 days notice as required by law. This is where Obama broke the law, guys. What do you think, Sam? Sorry.
I wanted to ask D-Lake, just as you mentioned the working with terrorists. We do not work with terrorists, D-Lake. We only fund them. We're America.
We need a button with that.
Well, it's more of a notion than a law, but the law that Obama signed last year, the NDAA, says that we have to give Congress 30 days notice before releasing anyone from Guantanamo Bay.
That's the part that I find most funny about this, or I shouldn't say funny, but ironic, is that the law that he broke is one of the most draconian laws that has gotten him the most heat for passing.
Yeah, and one of the most recent laws that he passed, but it is the law. And if you're going to come out all day and say that Obamacare is the law, then this is the law too. But just like Obamacare, and I believe Krauthammer talks about it in this right here, Congress does nothing in the face of 23 executive alterations of the President's own Affordable Care Act. In other words,
Betty, that's just awful.
Yeah. It does nothing when Obama essentially enacts by executive order the DREAM Act. which Congress had refused to enact. It does nothing when the Justice Department unilaterally rewrites drug laws. And now it raises indignantly on its hind legs because it didn't get 30 days notice of a prisoner swap. Well, I mean, and let me just point out, Kyle, before I go to you on the Bo Bergdahl, let me just point out that it is an election year. And I've already heard reports that all Democrats approve of Barack Obama's trade with the Taliban for Sergeant Bo Bergdahl. Here's what happened. Barack Obama last weekend traded 5 Guantanamo Bay Gitmo highly ranked Taliban terrorists for one American POW who all his platoon and troop is saying is a deserter, at the least, and at worst, a defector who may have helped them. One of his commanding officers said in the weeks following his disappearance, the Taliban all of a sudden was much more strategic and much more bullseye with their attacks and taking on trucks, and you know, their war skills somehow got better, as if they had, you know, inside ball game to what the U.S. Army does. Kyle, go ahead.
We got Bo Stewart commenting in Bo or Bob, and I think that's funny because Bo happens to be Bo's name as well, but spelled properly. This guy's is spelled like David Bowie. But I wanna point out that with all this scandal going on around this kind of terrorist trade-off, the one thing that I don't want us to go down the path of really, not on this show, but just as a nation, is kind of making Bo Bergdahl the bad guy in this. Because he may have been a defector who went to join Al-Qaeda. Okay, that's not good. He might have been somebody who left his post. Okay, probably not good, but I'm not somebody who agrees with these foreign wars anyways, and I think even if he was a defector, whatever the case is, he's not the person that we should be pinning this on. And let's take, you know, the chance that he's not a defector and he just left his post for whatever reason.
Deserter, not defector.
Yeah, let's say that he's a
deserter. Gets into the fact that he should be brought back. Yeah, let's do the trade, I guess. But you know, you should have notified Congress. But then it comes down to when he gets back, is he going to be tried for deserting his unit?
I think he should be.
There could be a court-martial, Kyle. A lot of people are saying the death sentence is not out of the realm of possibilities.
No, I do not think that should be.
Yeah,
I can see why. I can see why if you're one of the parents of the 6 people that died looking for his cowardly ass.
But here's the thing, and that's what I want to get to, is I'm hesitant to call him a coward yet because we don't have all the information, and he
That is true. That is true. No, you are right about that. Yeah, who knows? Because you can't trust what we've heard to be the truth.
Yeah,
and I think you're right. We have a knee-jerk reaction because we already know not to trust Obama. So because he did it, we have an inkling to automatically distrust it. That is true.
Here's the thing, and I want to bring up a few theories that I have because I've been thinking about this a lot over the past week, and the idea that we would give up 5 people from Al-Qaeda for one of our own who this information was known that he was possibly a deserter, he was possibly somebody who was actually reaching out and trying to find Al-Qaeda, looking for an English-speaking Al-Qaeda member to make contact with. There's all this floating around. This was all known by the administration and by the White House before it coming out now after we've gotten him back. So here's a few of my ideas. One, I don't think that even the Obama administration would make such a horrible trade of we give you 5 for 1. Looking at this from the mainstream viewpoint of the war on terror, us wanting to win this war, that sends a message that if you kidnap an American, you're going to get a ton of your guys back and get your demands met. So I really think that this is less about Bo Bergdahl, and this is a lot more about those 5 guys that we gave back. And is it possible that we used Bo Bergdahl as an excuse to give them back? Now, here's the 2 possibilities that I've come up with.
Okay.
One, we've put GPS trackers, some sort of locating devices inside of these guys' bodies. Totally not out of the realm of possibility, something we know the technology exists for. We put GPS trackers in these guys, and we want to track their movement. You can't just give them back. You can't just go, Al-Qaeda, here's your guys back, because they're going to be like, oh, wait, what the fuck? What's going on? They're not going to trust it. They're going to be like, why are you just doing this for us when we're in the middle of a war? So they have to ask for something. They have to say, we're doing this because we desperately want this guy back. we say that, and it gives them reason to trust our intention with giving them back. The other possibility is one of these guys a defector within the 5 that we gave back. Did we turn one of these guys into one of us? Did we turn one of these terrorists into an insider, into somebody who's going to give us information? And
very possible, Kyle.
And if we did that, you would have to give back more than one, because if one of those guys is a defector from Al-Qaeda who's going to be giving the United States information, you give them back 5 so they don't know which one it is. I mean, I could see that being what's going on here, and if that's the case, the Obama administration and the military, they can't tell us that. If they told us that, it would defeat the purpose of giving them back. So maybe, and I hate to almost be taking the side of the Obama administration, but as a possibility, is that possible? And they're just taking the fucking heat on this, because if they didn't take the heat, and if any excuse they would give us would completely disintegrate any possibility of anything good coming out of this secret op.
Well, ideally, the United States did set up one of those guys to be a mole out of the 5. Well, I think it might be highly unlikely. They got moved to Qatar, the country of Qatar, where they are where they are basically under house arrest in these nice, fancy, upscale neighborhood. All the Taliban was celebrating when those 5 they're heroes. They consider they're heroes. They cooked up full goats and rice when they were returned. But Kyle, here's the thing. This video, this CNN report, is from January, 6 months ago, and in this they say that the Taliban are the ones that said, we want these 5 guys, as if they're the ones that set the terms. Also in this video, you're going to see older footage of Bo Bergdahl in captivity with the Taliban, who has put out propaganda videos. They put out the video of him being returned to the Americans. The Taliban is essentially won in this deal. And I'm going to play this video from January 15th, 2014. Here we go.
Military officials tell CNN the latest video of Bo Bergdahl, which has not been seen publicly or by CNN, shows the Army infantryman alive.
Okay, that's 2010.
About 1 month ago. But the official says...
About 1 month ago, they're saying in January of this year.
Bergdahl's physical condition appears diminished.
And if they make a movie, I think Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad would be great, a dead ringer for this guy.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm scared. Scared I won't be able to go home.
Okay, this is from 2009. Now, watch these videos coming out, released by Al-Qaeda, or the Taliban, the Haqqani network with links to Al-Qaeda, supposedly, and his dad says he's having trouble speaking English. So let's listen to the English.
And how do you forget how to speak English? That seems so fishy to me.
That seems sketch to me, too.
I put out a report that his parents might be fake parents, and this could all be a CIA operation for all we know. But let's listen to Bo speaking English. He's in captivity. Notice the food he's eating, and the clothes that he's wearing, and the setting that he's in, and the condition that he looks in to be in.
Scared I won't be able to go home.
Bergdahl's captors have released several propaganda videos of the soldier over the years. Bergdahl is the only known captive American soldier.
2010.
Videos have shown him eating, standing next to one of his captors.
With a pen in his pocket, looking like wearing a butt hat.
Eating, standing next to one of his captors' apparent leaders.
Brutus.
Even exercising.
Physically fit, and you know.
Speaking English, reading a newspaper, wearing an army shirt. He can do squats and leg lifts.
Can do squats, leg lifts.
For the Bergdahl family, while every video might be difficult to watch, it proves he's still alive.
Let me go. Get me to go. Just release. Get me to be released.
Okay, is that the trouble speaking English right there? Release. Get me to be release.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
It-
My brother took German in high school. He has almost no one to ever speak it to. He remembers it just fine. It makes no sense.
Yeah, my girlfriend is a teacher of language. She went and studied abroad in France for a few months and was primarily speaking French. And when she came back, she couldn't speak English anymore. She forgot. It's ridiculous.
I'm sure of it, Kyle. I'm positive that happened just like that.
Like that. I mean, does that have to do with brainwashing though? Maybe some Manchurian Candidate shit. I mean. I doubt it, but it seems, I don't know.
Stockholm Syndrome.
And that's another thing, too, which I'm glad that you brought that up, DLAKE, when everybody's talking about, oh, look, he was friends with his captors, they don't have him handcuffed, he's sitting around talking with them and stuff. Yeah, Stockholm Syndrome. When you're kidnapped for 5 years, you know, you got to have somebody as a friend.
Do you guys think that Bob Bergdahl, Bo's dad, has some kind of Stockholm Syndrome? He decided to start growing out his beard as a reminder of his fake son, or his real son. He looks a lot like him, you know, but he's using every chance he can to speak Arabic and Pashtun. But what he's saying in Arabic is Bismillah, Allah Rahi, Allah Rahim. He's quoting the Quran.
Crap they always say.
He's quoting the first the beginning of every chapter except the 9th chapter of the sword in the Holy Quran of Islam.
Yeah, that's
trying to associate with the Afghans. And you know what I thought of this morning? Have you seen that movie Ransom or any other like a time your child is kidnapped type movies? And the father has to do whatever the hostage, the people that took your son hostage say. Is this Bob Bergdahl? Is he his real dad? And also, is he doing what the Taliban says? Is it the Taliban? Oh wait, I got to get back to this video. Kyle, what do you think?
I think that the way that his dad is acting is definitely very, very strange. Him, you know, quoting the Quran and stuff, and you know, the beard and everything, which he says is in memory of his son, but almost seems like he's himself like converting to Islam. I mean, it's kind of like the mosque at Ground Zero. It seems very, very odd to me.
Yes, it does. It doesn't add up to $1, my friend.
Well, there's also exclusive reports from Eclipse, a shadowy contractor group that is deeply embedded in there, like deeper than the CIA. It came out with reports that, you know, Bo tried to escape. They also have other reports that he was seen playing soccer with the guys. Sometimes they let him carry a gun. The Haqqani Network, the Sopranos of Afghanistan, supposedly, who are the Taliban. They obviously have ties with the Qatar government. But I have it queued up right now, Kyle, to play. 6 months ago, on CNN reports that the Taliban is the one that says, listen to this, guys. Wait, let me go to my screen share. Here we go. TheMediaSpeaks.com.
I wasn't fully prepared.
We are broadcasting live, and if you have any questions, please join the conversation with the question and answer button. But here we go.
And in recent years, the Taliban has suggested that it's willing to exchange Bergdahl for 5 of its imprisoned leaders.
Wait, well, what?
He tried to escape, but he was recaptured. And in recent years, the Taliban has suggested that it's willing to exchange Bergdahl for 5 of its imprisoned leaders. But so far, negotiations with U.S. officials have not secured Bergdahl's freedom.
Oh, so 6 months ago, it seems like we had plenty of time to notify Congress, Barack Obama, but you're going to make the law to break the law, aren't you?
We got a comment coming in again from Bo Stewart, not Bo Bergdahl. Stockholm Syndrome by telekinesis. Yeah, I don't know. It seems very odd. I mean, I hate to be, you know, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that we got the guy back, even if he was a fucking defector, even if he left his post. I'm glad that we got him back. But the fact that we gave up 5 of their guys. I mean, this sounds like a fucking bad deal in the lunchroom at elementary school. Like, hey, DLAKE, I'll give you my bag of carrots and celery for your Lunchable.
I have another option I'd like to mention with this, Kyle. What if, and again, I'm not saying this is the main reason, but you could definitely spin it this way. Look at this. Guantanamo really does hold despicable people. We need to keep it open.
I mean,
because I'll tell you what, it did prove that again. Nobody, for new viewers, nobody here is in favor of illegal detention, but it does show you that there are some people there that do need imprisoned. And by that I mean after a fair trial. But I mean, there is definitely some human filth in Guantanamo Bay. We know this now for sure. And I'm not justifying it being there.
There's also some Chinese dudes who were just in the wrong place at the wrong time who had nothing to do with anything.
Exactly, and that they didn't give one of them away because that's not going to really drill it home that hey, there are some really bad guys there. And like I said, I've said forever, there's no reason to close Guantanamo. That's ridiculous. You're going to always have to house prisoners somewhere. But what I do think they should do is to
transfer them to other prisons.
Well, either that or just run Guantanamo legally.
Well, Sam, as you know, the war in Afghanistan is supposedly winding down, and Barack Obama at the end, like George Washington and Abraham Lincoln at the end of the war, he has to start making all these deals.
Yeah, but no, I mean, at some point, I mean, there's always going to be some place that a country needs to keep prisoners. So I don't see why taxpayers need to pay for an entirely new place to be built just so that Gitmo can be mothballed for no reason. I think it just needs to be run legally. I don't think we need to go buying another prison.
I'm a big fan of intentionally setting off the fault line in California, branching it off from the United States, and turning it into a prison colony.
That's a great idea, Kyle.
If we ever have any issues, we'll just send Kurt Russell in. Easy. Done.
Kurt Russell, no problem. Kyle, I don't know if you're aware, this week Senator Lindsey Graham warned Wednesday that Republican lawmakers would call for President Obama's impeachment if he released more prisoners from Guantanamo Bay without congressional approval. So he can do it unlawfully the first time, but this is just a warning.
You get one.
Next time there's going to be impeachment and repercussions. Just like I thought I warned Sam last week that you're gonna get muted, pal, if your microphone keeps sucking.
Using the first microphone ever built.
Sam, you need to get a new webcam mic or something.
Baby peanut. This is the same one that I use all the time for the live show too. So I mean, if it's doing
I know. And I watched it this morning, and I hear the same clicking.
Did you spill a beer on your laptop? That'll do that. If you
no, I'm dead serious. It runs like a top. Never gives me a glitch.
So, I mean...
You don't hear all that clicking and staticky stuff?
I've got nothing on my end. Absolutely nothing. The little meter when you're talking has no crackling when I'm quiet.
No, I hear it a little bit. It's not the worst thing, but we got to figure out a better mic situation for you. I got this fancy thing here. I think DLAKE's using a blue, right?
Oh yeah, blue snowball, dude.
No, my mic, not the bore listeners. My mic never works on the Google Live. I run it into my camera, obviously, for the other ones, but it never wants to work on this.
Wait, on this Google Live right now, you're using the webcam mic?
Yeah.
There's something loose in your connection, bro, because it's just really it doesn't sound great.
That's what I'm saying. I think he spilled a beer on it. But I mean, I don't know.
Just to go off in a totally separate direction.
Just to talk about microphones and webcams for a little while. But I don't know. This whole situation seems really, really sketchy to me. But like I said, I hate to take the side of thinking that the Obama administration is trying to do something good. But I tend to think that maybe the reason that this seems so horrible is because there is something more to it that telling the American people would spoil. Like one of these guys being an agent for our government, the fact that maybe we GPS these guys. I think it probably has more to do with us wanting to get these guys back out there for intel reasons. But
Kyle,
I think that Congress should be let in on this information. There are representatives, so that when there is information that you can't tell the general public, you can tell them, and they can come back to us and say, look, it's fine, you know.
Well, Steve, you're right about one thing, because I do know that during the initial Iraq debacle, it came out that for a while everybody was having a huge problem with the fact that our Humvees or whatever were not armored into such a way that they could prevent from all blasts. It came out a year or two later that we couldn't tell people that that was true because our government and the Bush administration, who, again, it's like Obama, never did anything right. The Bush administration did manage to begin the process of upgrading the armor on this as quickly as humanly possible. But if we would have said too much, we would have told the Taliban and the other enemies exactly which ones you can bomb. So Bush kind of had to shut up and just take it because it was something they couldn't talk about. And I remember that's what that reminds me of what Kyle was just saying. Not all administrations are terrible all the time.
Exactly, and so
even Obama, as painful as that is to say.
And I always like to point out, and I like to be really honest when I think that somebody might have done something good, because, you know, I was listening to another person who has a libertarian show recently. I won't say who because I like them. I don't want to be bashing them, but they were making the point that government has never done anything positive. Nothing positive has ever come out of government. And I'm like, wait. What about NASA and all the technology that's come out of that? There was a lot of stuff that they did innovating gun manufacturing and interchangeable parts that, you know, leaked out into other industries like sewing machines and cars, and they exploded the gun making market in like the late 1800s, which again led to things like the Model T Ford car getting invented. It's like to say that every single thing the government has ever done is negative. That diminishes your cause, I think, because you have to be honest. The government has done some good things. I think they've done a hell of a lot more bad things. But when you try and say they have never once done anything positive, it makes everything else that you say have that much less meaning, because that point is obviously not true. So yes. I like to be really honest about it, and I think that it's possible that there's a covert operation going on here, and the Obama administration, they should have gone to Congress. That's the place where I have the problem. They should have gone to Congress. They should have told them the plan. They should have explained it to them, at least to a select committee. We should have had somebody that represents us in on this, knowing about it, but they didn't do that. But now that it's all said and done...
That's where I agree with you 110%, Kyle. Great point. Please continue that point.
Yeah, I mean, I think they should have gone to Congress, but other than that, they're already in this hole. And I think that if I'm correct, and if this is a covert operation, the Obama administration is going to have to take the shit for it. And, I mean, that's unfortunate, but I mean, I'm not going to feel too bad for them, because there's a lot of shit they should have had to take in shit for that they didn't. So I'm not going to feel bad for them, but my mind is open to that being a possibility.
Well, Kyle, can I point out just a couple things real quick before we get off the Bergdahl story?
Yeah, really quickly though, we have somebody commenting in on the Google Q&A from AJ Twynham, who's probably going to be joining us later for Who Done Said It. Cool. What if they did get them out? What if they did get them out for intel, but disregarded the info for another terrorist attack to happen? And I mean, that's another point, is that we know that they kind of ignore some of the intel that they do get. So that is a good point. I mean, kind of countering what I was saying. Thanks for that input. Go ahead, DLAKE.
Yeah, no, good point there, AJ. Great. Thanks for chiming in. If you have any more, please chime in, and we'll send you the link for the game later. Thanks for totally throwing me off there with your question. No, what I was going to say to wrap up before we go is that it seems to me that the Taliban took like really good care of this guy, because they knew that he was a valuable asset to their cause, their jihadi cause, and that they could get 5 of their leaders back from Guantanamo Bay. They're the ones that set the negotiation to say, back in January, I played it earlier, the CNN report, the Taliban said that they wanted 5 guys. They knew who they wanted. They were super happy. They were eating full goats and rice. They only do that for celebration over there, okay? They don't have a lot of goats and rice, but when they do, it's because it's a party, okay? I also just want to say before we wrap up on this that I put out a report Thursday night, a second report It was a double feature on Thursday. The first one is really good. The second one is really good too, though. But the second one was me saying that I just have this weird, creepy suspicion that Bob and Janny are fake parents, and they're not his real parents. I mean, they look like him, but I couldn't find any substantial evidence or any evidence whatsoever, basically, of the father Bob with his son Bo before he joined the military. I couldn't find a single piece of evidence of that.
This is one of the areas where I end up agreeing with Mark Dice, though. It would be obvious, like, you would know whether or not these people in Sandy Hook who lost children really existed or not. They had people that grew up with them. They had people that went to school with them. I mean, one of the main things about Obama is that absolutely nobody knew him. Everybody was saying, I didn't see him in that school. I didn't see him doing this, blah, blah, blah. No. I don't. I hear that all the time, but I don't see how it would be possible. It's just not. You come in contact with too many people during the course of just a year for that to be happening.
In the digital age.
Yeah, but, like if I was to suddenly be shot and someone said, no, he looks like the guy that sings for My Chemical Romance. They're the same guy. There'd be like, yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I would be online that day doing a Google Hangout being like, there's a lot of people out there saying that he looks like the guy from My Chemical Romance, and he absolutely is.
Oh, thanks. Great. My day just got worse. But I mean, you know what? I don't see that could be the case. How would they do that, DLAKE? Because I know you have studied this more than me.
Well,
that particular fake
I don't know.
thing. I'm not a big believer in it at all.
It's just so weird, and a lot of people this week, when I'm looking at comments on stories, a lot of people are saying that just this whole weirdness has a similarity to the plot line of the Homeland show, and like.
I've heard multiple people say that to me too, and that brought me, sorry to interrupt you, but that brought me to think maybe that's on purpose. Like maybe Homeland is one of these, I mean, you see it a lot in mainstream media. Maybe they did a Homeland episode that sounded exactly like this so that when everybody sees this happening in the news, they reach a predetermined conclusion.
Well, here you go, Kyle. The CNN report from January, 6 months ago, that we played here on this show earlier, they're saying that his health is deteriorating then. But now, 6 months later, Obama says the reason why they had to do it so fast and not notify Congress and break the law, the NDAA that he had just signed, whether you think that's a good law or not, it's the law, to not tell Congress and give him that notice, we have to rush it through because we had to rush it through because his health was deteriorating. We've known his health was deteriorating since January, so you had 150 days to give Congress 30 days notice. You could have went into Congress and gave him 1 day notice and just said, this is what we're going to do. We need to expedite it. I don't give a damn if it's unanimous in the West Wing. Bring it before Congress, our representatives, because you are not the king, my friend Obama. This is not an imperial presidency, and that's how you get your ass impeached. And Lindsey Graham says, maybe next time if you do it, we'll impeach you. We should do it this time. And this guy, Bo Bergdahl, needs to be tried for deserting his crew, leaving his gun behind. And when I see his buddies on Megyn Kelly's show saying we would have died for this guy. Guys did die looking for this guy, and my buddy, my contact, my source, who has been to Afghanistan in the Army and as a contractor, said stuff used to pop up on his computer all the time because he was in intelligence saying, be on the lookout for Bo Bergdahl, never forget Bo Bergdahl, because we're going to use this in the future for some sort of false flag and releasing of 5 Taliban members. We're not closing Guantanamo Bay. But if we have any plans for that, Congress better know about it. I'm DLAKE for Press, themediaspeaks.com. Thank you.
We got a comment coming in just saying hi and that they're watching from Green Soul Sufi, I think is how you say that. So thanks for walking and watching. If you have any comments that you want to throw in, feel free and we will read them on the air through Google Q&A. But this whole thing about Bo Bergdahl's health was deteriorating, we haven't seen the video yet that led them to that conclusion. We'll have to see what that sees, but I don't know if I buy that 100% because, like you said, DLAKE, when Al Qaeda does get people that they take hostage who they think are of value, when they take really good care of them. They're like fucking paper, dirt, and crayons in Waterworld. They have a lot of value. They take care of them because they want to get something for them. I was just reading a story the other day. I forget her name. She's not from the military, but it's a husband and wife were on vacation somewhere that you probably shouldn't go on vacation. I forget where. And they got captured by Al Qaeda forces. They're holding them captive right now and trying to get something for them. And they've been holding them for I think over a year. And the woman was like 6 months pregnant when they got taken. And Al Qaeda has been taking care of them at least to the extent where this woman gave birth to her child. Her child is over a year old now and has grown up as a prisoner of Al Qaeda. A newborn child takes a lot of caring, so obviously they're caring for them enough for her to take care of her child. So I mean that's
also I mean we're supposed to believe that Osama bin Laden managed to jump cave to cave on a dialysis machine for a decade, and I mean we never saw any pictures for that either.
It sounds like Al Qaeda has better health coverage than we do. It's amazing. But I mean, if anybody wants to send in any comments about that, and we can discuss them moving forward. But Sam, I was thinking maybe we could take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we could do some Science Front. How's that sound?
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
All right, so let's listen to a quick commercial, and when we come back, the Science Front on The Media Speaks. Where's my ad? Hey there, friends, it's Kyle from TMS Trends. We love bringing you the latest news, information, and live coverage of events, and hope you enjoy what we do. But let's be real, this shit costs time and money. Simply put, the more we have, the better we can do, and the better we can make it. But fret not, my truther friends, we don't want your money, we want advertisers' money. So what can you do to help? Easy. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, and share what we do with friends and foes. Perhaps we can teach said foes something, and they can become friends. Help us get the clicks we need so we can bring the reports and shows that you love. Want to go a step further? Go to themediaspeaks.com and click the ad for Bud K's, where you can get stun guns, swords, knives, crossbows, and much, much more. Every purchase helps us grow, but that's enough of that noise. Let's get back to the show.
Alright, guys, and since there is no theme music, you at home will have to simply...
I think we have theme music. Kyle, you got Sam's Science Front theme music?
Do we? I would like my theme.
Hey, Sam, look at my screen share real quick. This is what comes up when I put in Sam DeGangi Science Front.
That is wonderful news. Yes.
Isn't that wonderful? This is first page. This is first page stuff right here.
Yes.
Page 1 stuff. Kyle, do we have Sam's Science Front theme song?
Sorry, I ran away. I overran away the commercial break. Yes.
Sam, what the hell is this? Anthony Court would not approve of you putting a head on a grill in a picture.
He definitely wouldn't.
But he would approve of seeing a teenager getting shot with a vaccine. I mean, what's the damn difference?
You guys ready for some Science Front?
Let's do it.
Yeah, theme song me.
It's time to learn some science. So here's Sam with the Science Front.
Greetings, unsettled souls. This one is from TheGuardian.com, and it is specifically for DLAKE. That's why I was picked for this one and was not done on the correct views. I'm gonna get into the story and the happiness that will be here. Scientists create bionic particles inspired by Terminator. In what might come to be
Hell yeah!
as a moment of apocalyptic hubris, scientists at universities in Michigan and Pittsburgh in the U.S. have pioneered bionic particles, a blend of organic matter with semiconductors that they describe as being inspired by fictional cyborgs like Terminator. The particles, currently microscopic, but perhaps with the potential to scale up to nightmarish Austrian-accented machines, are a blend of cadmium telluride, which is used in solar panels to absorb sunlight, and cryotron C, a plant protein that helps transport electrons during photosynthesis. Blending together, the new particles recreate the heart of the process that allows plants to turn sunlight into fuel. It goes on that the hope is that the particles will aid in more efficient conversion of sunlight to biofuels, rather than seeing off the chain events that leads to Skynet being switched on. We merged biological and inorganic in a way that leverages the attributes of both to get something better than either alone, said Sharon Glotzler, who headed up the research, alluding to the lethal blend of malleability and strength inherent to the T-1000 model of Terminator. Last paragraph. Their work shows that by creating the right size of particle along with the right mix of enzymes, the new blended inorganic particles can renew and self-replicate, in theory allowing a future race of cyborgs to repair itself and thwart a human resistance movement. Again, I say this all the time. Yes, anything that involves DARPA, that kind of thing, needs to be questioned. Not saying that this does, but they're also working in the robotics field. We want to make sure that we don't Christian Science ourselves away here to where every development that we find is something that we automatically don't want to do because of the bad that could be done from it. We need to make sure it's implemented with the laws that prevent those kinds of things from happening. But having said that, what do you guys think?
Well, I think it sounds kind of like the T-1000 there with its self-healing and like it can like reconfigure, like pull itself back together, like it get like look at that.
And see,
it gets its bullets and then the bullet. It's like Wolverine, or what is it?
Here's what I'm hoping for. Let's say they come out with a better mechanical heart. If we can put something inside of you that allows that mechanical heart to continue repairing itself.
Oh, like Dick Cheney.
Do you have any idea the amount of good that can be accomplished? And I don't think we hear that enough in these stories. I don't want us to quit hearing about the dangers. That would be a mistake of massive proportions. However, I don't ever hear about the good in these stories, and that worries me. I think we're going too far the other way.
Yeah, we could send rovers to other planets that, if anything went wrong, instead of them just breaking down, it's like, well, we sent $5 billion to Mars that took 3 years to get there and we're never getting it back. It could self-repair itself, and it could send back data for much longer
you know
periods
what?
of time.
That's what happens when you're Kyle Phillips, because I'm supposed to be doing the science front, but he's the one who just said something that just inspired me so much. Yes, I had not thought of that, Kyle.
I mean, we could use this for space exploration. We could even use this for possibly building colonies on other planets in the future. This sounds like a really cool technology to me.
I was shocked when I saw it. Again, crickets, nowhere. Nobody reported on it at all, and that amazed me. I didn't understand why that would be.
No, that sounds like something really cool. Maybe we could build an engine that never dies, too. Maybe we could build a car that you never have to replace. That would be nice.
Something like that, yeah. And all anybody worries about is the ways that it could be abused. Well, it seems to me that if we address both of them at the same time, we could prevent a lot of bad from happening.
Yeah, and I mean, is there going to be bad that comes from technology? Absolutely, but we're the human race. What do? The human race, in its entire existence, has just built shit for no reason. That's really what we do. We build shit for no reason just to see if we can do it. And if you look throughout human history, it's generally led to us getting better and better and better. I want to build a giant fucking underground circle that collides particles together at the speed of light. Why? I don't know, because I'm human and I'm really good at math. Like, that's what we do, and it's led to a lot of great things without pushing forward. And, you know, electricity started as a parlor trick, like, check it out, I can spin this tube and it makes sparks. Why are you doing that? I don't know, it's cool. And now we have iPhones, you know? So I tend to not look at... I think we should keep the negative under consideration. We should we should never ignore the fact that bad things can come. We should try and do our best to alleviate that possibility, but that doesn't mean don't move forward. Move forward. I mean,
yes, exactly. It makes me insane because story after story after story like this comes out, and it's always, well, this could happen, that could happen. For those that are new to our show, I'm the most anti-nuke person ever. Yes, I understand where that technology has largely gone, and it was a bad idea. But Kyle just rattled off 10 examples, I guess, where that has not been the case. So, friends, that is your news from the science front. DLAKE, it's got Terminator in it. I know I'm going to have to give you the closing on this. It's got Terminator in it.
Oh yeah, man! Did you see me looking up all those Terminator pictures? I love anything Terminator.
Oh yeah, I don't know
if you have any Predator news in the science front, like invisibility cloaks, I mean, definitely bring that. Oh, the headline finally changed. 2 minutes 30 seconds for history. Looks like California Chrome is going for it.
What is that jockey doing on top of Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
Wait! Before we go into this story.
DLAKE news! DLAKE news! DLAKE news! DLAKE's read the headlines! DLAKE's read the headlines! DLAKE news! DLAKE read the news!
Fuck yeah, dude! You know you've made it when you have your own theme song.
You do. What were you about to read us there?
Well, I'm not getting anywhere when Firefox is not responding. Here we go. Wait, it looks like. All right, hey, we're joined by AJ Twynham. Give it up for AJ. Somebody give it up.
What? Oh, there it goes.
And the camera goes out.
Okay, here we go. California Chrome might capture horse racing. Are you guys ready?
DLAKE had inspired me to shut my microphone out, so hello. Now, what are you doing? Go ahead, DLAKE.
Thanks. All right, check it out. California Chrome. Is it me? Am I on screen? I don't know. Yeah, California Chrome might capture horse racing's first Triple Crown in 36 years with one of the slowest winning times in Belmont Stakes history. The past 4 Belmont winners finished in a time of 2 minutes. 30.4 seconds or slower, but 2010, 36 of the previous, whatever, I don't know. Is this guy winning or what?
Oh, Betty, that's just awful.
So that I've heard every once in a while they randomly start talking about this California Chrome.
Apparently this horse is just badass, and he's from America, and his name is California Chrome, so just fucking keep winning.
Is he like owned by Google?
For real?
I'm asking, is he? Because California...
Control find on page Google. I haven't read this article. I just went here.
I mean, his name is Chrome. California Chrome. California is where Silicon Valley is. Chrome is what Google names fucking everything now.
California Chrome could come in with a pretty legitimate time because he's one of those freaks who has an amazing air system, cardio system, and he doesn't seem to be very taxed after these races.
He's like the Michael Phelps of horses.
Quote, I honestly think if he wants to, he's going to throw a pretty good time up. Not a secretariat time, but a pretty good time. Oh, he's not secretariat, but he's really good.
He's no secretariat, so, you know.
He's no secretariat, but, come on. Okay, also in the news, this week, that's what I was saying, though, on the Drudge Report. This, 2 minute 30 seconds for history, California Chrome just took the top spot. But yesterday, up till this morning, it was awkward. President Obama and Vladimir Putin at the D-Day celebrations. They were sort of ignoring each other and not feeling good about it. Well, the Normandy landings in Normandy, codenamed Operation Neptune, where the landing operations on June 6, 1944, termed D-Day, and that's a military term for the start time of combat, of the Allied invasion of Normandy in Operation Overlord during World War II. Okay, here is a great story. Kyle, am I on screen share?
Yes, you are.
Okay, great. D-Day veteran missing from nursing home had snuck away to Normandy to mark the 70th anniversary. And this is a great story. Police were called in Hove, where this guy was in a nursing home in Hove, after 89-year-old Bernard Johnson had gone out for a walk and not been seen since. Well, he was in the Royal Navy. D-Day veteran Bernard Jordan, 89, who absconded. He went AWOL, they say, from his nursing home to commemorate. I think that's kind of, I don't think that's really cool to say he went AWOL. His nursing home's not the military, but whatever. He basically broke out to go to the D-Day celebrations, and then they're calling back to people that met up with him on the train are calling back to the nursing home saying, this 89-year-old old guy's with us, but don't worry, he's okay. He just wants to be here for the celebrations. We'll get him back to the nursing home, okay? Chief Superintendent Nev Kemp, police commander for the city of Brighton and Hove, also tweeted. He loves this. An 89-year-old veteran reported missing by the care home who said he can't go to the Normandy D-Day remembrance said, we found him there. That's where the police found him. Sussex police say they would not be naming the man or the nursing home even though the man's been named in the article. How do you guys feel about this? This old guy's like, screw you, nursing home. I'm going to my celebration. Mother effers.
Old people are so much more badass than our later
70
generation.
years ago, I did some shit you guys ain't doing nowadays, yo.
Like I read a similar story where a guy who suffered from dementia and like Alzheimer's, he went missing and like his wife called the police and they finally find him and he's walking like some insane distance into town and they're like, hey, we got to go back home, and it was Mother's Day and he's like, fuck you, I'm not going home till I get some flowers for my wife like I've done every other year for the past 30 or fucking 500 years. And the police are like, well, guess we got to take this dude to get some flowers. And he was just like, I'm not going home without flowers. Like old men that have dementia seem to be like the most badass dudes. They flick off little kids. They just walk out of places they're supposed to be to go to celebrations and to buy flowers. I can't wait to be an old man with dementia. I don't know. I think that guy's awesome.
That's got to be the most unusual quote ever. D-Lake will be taking that, I'm sure. It'll be revenge for the wasn't completely prepared.
Where is it?
I wasn't fully prepared.
But no, I think that's awesome. Fuck the old person's home. He's going to a celebration. It's his celebration, literally. Is that all we got for the news, D-Lake? I think D-Lake died. I think he had a stroke.
I'm wandering around the town with dementia, but I'm gonna make it to my 70th anniversary celebration, mother effers!
I support the guy fully, absolutely in every way.
Yeah, hell yeah. You know what I was reading recently? Did you know that the guy who played Scotty on Star Trek, I think his name's like James Doohan or something like that. I might have that name totally wrong, but the guy who played Scotty was actually in the Canadian military, and he was one of the people who stormed the beaches on D-Day.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah. And during his service, during that time, he was shot 6 times.
Is he one of the people quoted in today's Who Done Said It? We're joined by AJ Twynham. AJ, how's it going?
Pretty good, man. Chilling out. It's another day, living the dream.
Hey, thanks for joining in. Did you have any news coverage or stories you wanted to get to before we get to the game?
Man, I'm not prepared for this one.
You weren't fully prepared, Kyle?
Yeah, definitely not.
I wasn't fully prepared.
Okay. But are you ready to play a game?
Yeah, absolutely. I love games.
Kyle, how do you feel about setting this off?
I say, let's motherfucking do it.
Do it.
Oh, yeah. Who done said it?
Who said the quote?
Who said the quote? Whoa. Who done said it?
Who said the quote? Who said the quote?
I don't know.
just said it.
Who said the quote? Who said the quote?
I don't know. Whoa.
All right, we are ready to play some Who Done Said It. Our contestants today, Sam DeGanji, DLAKE, and AJ Twynham.
Hey.
I was trying to think of a fun theme for this one, and I couldn't think of one, so I just went with three completely random people. All right, sorry. I was going to turn my microphone down and then cough, but what I did is I coughed and then turned my microphone down, which is completely useless. Let me get my sound effects up here.
Hey, good job there, Kyle. I was just getting my paper and pen though, so it's all good.
I wasn't fully prepared.
What do we have for today, Kyle?
All right, so our three possible quoteers for today's show. Come on. Like, why isn't that working? There we go. John D. Rockefeller is number one.
Oh, shit.
John D. Rockefeller.
I think we're all familiar with his work.
J.P. Morgan, Chase Bank.
Next. Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney. Who's number 3? Goldman Sachs? No.
Number 3.
Henry Paulson.
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner, the postman.
How are these three tied together? He usually ties them together. That's why I asked.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying. I usually do.
Episode? Sorry.
I usually tie them together. This one I did not. I just picked three completely random people. But we will see.
You would think that would make it easier, but this is probably going to be like harder.
This is one where Kyle takes it.
We're gonna have to see how this goes. Are you guys ready to play?
Kyle never takes it. We can't let that happen.
Yeah, feeling good, Kyle. I'll keep score. We have John D. Rockefeller, Mitt Romney, or Kevin Costner. Who done said it? Kyle, are you ready with the quotes?
I'm ready with the quotes. Quote number 1. I like American history.
Oh, God.
Well, let's go to AJ first. AJ, who do you think said, I like American history?
Mitt Romney.
Sounds like Mitt Romney to you. What are you thinking?
Star of JFK and the Postman, I'm going to say Kevin Costner, Dances with Wolves.
Dances with Wolves, Kevin Costner?
Yeah, he likes American history. It's made him a lot of money.
Sam DeGanji, what are you thinking?
Rockefeller, he stole the country. Of course he's going to like American history.
Yeah.
All right, so we got 2 Rockefellers, 1 Costner. Here's Kevin Costner.
Ouch.
Kevin Costner, the star of Waterworld. DLAKE, can you pull up Kevin Costner's Internet Movie Database, and we'll just randomly throw out movies that he's been in as we play?
Yeah. And Sam, if you want to try to be a mute monitor for your static, that'd be great too.
Oh, you're all right. I'll go last on each.
I know I'm killing you, but
I'll go last on each question series.
No, you don't have to go last, but.
Okay. While you're pulling that up,
Kevin Costner, Internet Movie Database,
I'm
director
pulling
of
mine.
Dances with Wolves in 1990.
He directed that?
Yeah, starred and directed, mother effer. I think he probably produced too.
He's in a band too, which is pretty decent.
Real quickly, most known for Dances with Wolves, The Untouchables, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and Mr. Brooks, which I thought was a great movie. Mr. Brooks, that's one of my favorites. And that's Dane Cook, too. Demi Moore, it's a good one. Really good one.
Okay, are you guys ready for the next quote?
No, wait.
You love that fucker. All right. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. Who does that sound like? DLAKE.
Willard Mittens Romney.
Going with Mitts.
I'm gonna say Mittens.
AJ, who you thinking?
I'm gonna go David Rockefeller.
You're going David Rockefeller on that one?
Yeah.
Sam.
Yes, sir.
Who do you think said that?
I'm going with Costner.
You're going with Costner of The Big Chill and Stacy's Nights, Kevin Costner?
Yes, DLAKE in this microphone. Yes.
Dude.
That was John D. Rockefeller. So that one goes to AJ.
All right. I'm sorry, Sam. Listen to the rebroadcast. You can hear it in the rebroadcast. Last week, the Who Done Said It was like all staticky.
All right.
I love you, Sam.
It was the good kind of staticky.
Yeah, static friction.
The most important thing for a young man is to establish a credit, a reputation, character.
Oh, man. AJ, what do you think?
I'm thinking Mitt Romney or David Rockefeller. I don't know yet. You go first.
I was going to steal your answer. Sam, what do you think?
I'm going to go with Romney.
You're going with Romney?
Romney, yes.
Interesting fact is that David Rockefeller was born the same year as Sam's microphone was manufactured. All right, Romney.
Can you read the quote one more time?
The most important thing for a young man is to establish a credit, a reputation, character.
I'm going to go with Rockefeller just because the word credit is in there.
You're going Rockefeller. What do you think, AJ?
I'm thinking Mitt Romney because, I don't know, you'd think that he'd say something like "and character," not just add the word character in there.
There was a comma.
You're right. Well, I mean, yeah, and character. Like, it just, never mind. It doesn't sound complete. It's Mitt Romney.
Okay. What did Sam say?
Romney as well.
Okay.
So, John D. Rockefeller.
Boom!
Yep.
So it's one for AJ, and
I've been shellacked this week. I'm going down in flames.
DLAKE's actually winning right now with 2 points. Let's see how this goes. Let's do the next quote. At a time when nobody thought we'd ever see a new steel mill built in America, we took a chance and built one in a cornfield in Indiana. Let me read that again. That's kind of a long one. At a time when nobody thought we'd ever see a new steel mill built in America, we took a chance and built one in a cornfield in Indiana.
If you build it, they will come. Kevin Costner, Field of Dreams. I don't know.
You think that one? You think that might be the star of The Bodyguard, A Perfect World, and Revenge?
Yeah, but it sounds like something out of Field of Dreams where they like built the ballpark and all that or whatever. I'm gonna say Kevin Costner. Do you like Surprise?
You're going with the star of Silverado, Fandango, and Testing.
Correct. Yes, I'm going with that guy. Man,
Holy Mitt!
You're going Mitt, Sam?
Yeah.
Sounds like Mitt Romney to you. What do you think, AJ?
Yeah, I'm thinking Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney? You're not going to go with frat boy number 1 in the movie Night Shift, 1982, Kevin Costner?
If I'd go with anybody, no, I'm not going with him, but if I would go with somebody else.
Wasn't he the bicycle rider in that movie Quicksilver or something like that?
I know that he was John Logan in Malibu Hot Summer. All right, enough of this. So it's, what was that, 2 Mitt Romneys and a Kevin Costner?
Yeah.
That was Mitt Romney.
Oh man. All that Kevin Costner talk, I thought for sure I was right.
Yeah, it wasn't Ed from Chasing Dreams, Kevin Costner.
Shut the fuck up.
All right.
All right, next quote. Come on.
Yeah.
I haven't lived a perfect life. I have regrets. But that's from a lifetime of taking chances, making decisions, and trying not to be frozen. The only thing that I can do with my regrets is understand them. Is that Mitt Romney Is that John D. Rockefeller, or is that Tom Farrell from No Way Out, Kevin Costner?
No way out. No way out.
Very long-winded quote. Sam, what are your thoughts on this one?
Costner. I'm feeling Costner all the way. Oh, that doesn't sound good.
That sounds like Tin Cup star Kevin Costner.
That would be the same. One and the same. I
From
never heard of it.
Waterworld, and then in that very same year,
Cup,
the
what?
making of Waterworld. Yeah, Tin Cup. All right. You're going Kevin Costner. DLAKE, what do you think? Think DLAKE ran away.
That was really, really long-winded quote. I have Kevin Costner on screen, but I'm going to say David Rockefeller.
You're going David Rockefeller?
That was just my first thought.
What are you thinking, AJ?
I'm thinking it's Wyatt Earp from Wyatt Earp, Kevin Costner.
Oh wait, it's not David Rockefeller. It's John D. Rockefeller.
Yeah, it's John D. Rockefeller.
Oh, that's old school, right?
Yeah, that's the original.
That was a really long-winded quote, Kyle. If you don't mind, can you read it one more time?
Okay. I haven't lived a perfect life. I have regrets. But that's from a lifetime of taking chances, making decisions, and trying not to be frozen. The only thing that I can do with my regrets is understand them. Sam, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm a little conflicted too, man. I'd almost want to say David Rockefeller, but he, was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, so it's not like he was ever going to be stuck to begin with. And even if he was stuck, he'd probably enjoy himself. But I don't know. That's why I'm going with Wyatt Earp.
Yeah, it's making me sound a little, making me feel a little more Wyatt Earpish too. Like that sounded kind of long, windy, and lofty. Maybe more like something an actor would say. I'm going to say Kevin Costner.
All right, and Sam, who did you say? Sam?
Yes, I had went with Costner.
So you're all going with...
big power play. All three say Kevin Costner, star of Waterworld.
Star of Waterworld, Ben Randall from The Guardian, Bo Burrows in Rumor Has It in 2005, Charlie Wyatt in 2003, and Murphy in 3,000 Miles to Graceland. Kevin Costner, that's who you're going with?
Yeah.
Kevin Costner!
It was Kevin Costner. You guys got me.
Points all around and no points for Kyle.
No points.
It's always good when there's no points.
Wait, what are we looking at? DLAKE and AJ tied at 3, Sam with 2?
Yeah, 3, AJ, Sam 2, DLAKE 3, and me with 0.
Yay!
I'll get some in here. I'll get some points in here. All right. Education is the investment in... I fucked that. Let me try.
Rockefeller.
Let's pretend that didn't happen.
Rockefeller.
Education is the investment our generation makes in the future. Is that Mitt Romney, David Rockefeller, or the actor who played Joe Darrow in the 2002 blockbuster Dragonfly, Kevin Costner?
Mitt.
You're going Mitt Romney on that one?
Yeah.
What do you think, AJ?
David Rockefeller.
That sounds like a Rockefeller quote to you?
As soon as you said education, I thought Rockefeller.
John D. Rockefeller.
Yeah, John D. Asshole Rockefeller, yeah.
What are you thinking?
I think he's trying to cheat. You got your screen share up there, bro. What are you doing?
Got it.
Put your mouth on a baby penis? I'm broadcasting my answer. Oh, I just...
Oh, okay, I got you.
It was John D. Rockefeller. That's
You're
what
going
I'm
Rockefeller?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the wrong sound effect. You didn't win.
Wait, what? Rockefeller.
It was Mitt Romney.
Oh!
Is that what Sam said?
Yeah, so now...
Yeah, it's all tied up.
Oh, Sammy!
All right, next quote. I can think of nothing less pleasurable than a life devoted to pleasure. Is that Mitt Romney, John D. Rockefeller, or I'm running out of movies. A Perfect World, JFK, and Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves star Kevin Costner.
I'm saying John D. Rockefeller.
I'm feeling Rockefeller. It sounds pretentious.
Doubling up on Rockefeller. What do you think, AJ?
Ooh. Yeah, Rockefeller. Man, I really want to say Rockefeller, but I'm just going to say Kevin Costner for the F of it.
Rockefeller.
You're going with star of the two upcoming 2014 blockbusters, Black and White and McFarland.
AJ trying to cover another base for the team. I don't know. He doesn't want Kyle to get it, but he's not gonna. You're not going Rockefeller. You're saying Kevin Costner.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Sam and I say Rockefeller. What is it?
It was John D. Rockefeller.
Booyah, me and Sam taking the lead.
Yeah, I knew I should have said Rockefeller. Just stick with your first choice, right? Like that's always the point of a test.
First thought, yeah.
Listen to your heart before you tell him goodbye, AJ. I don't know where you're going, and I don't know.
Is that from the Kevin Costner movie? Was that a quote, or was that the next quote?
Money isn't a major motivating force in my life, nor is my profession.
Kevin Costner. AJ says Kevin Costner.
You're thinking Sonny Weaver Jr. from Draft Day Kevin Costner?
Yeah, Chasing Dreams, Table for Five, Stacy's Nights, The Big Chill, Kevin Costner.
3 Days to Kill Kevin Costner. Okay, DLAKE, what are you thinking?
Mitt Romney.
You're going Mitt Romney?
Yeah, it's time for a Romney quote.
Of the Netflix original Mitt?
Yeah, Mitt.
Sam, what do you think?
Costner.
You're going with Devil Anse Hatfield from the Hatfields and McCoys Kevin Costner?
Didn't even know he was in that either. I'm learning so much.
It's a good miniseries. I've actually watched it. All right. It was Kevin Costner.
Wow, so Sam's in the lead.
Who got that? What did I say?
You said. You said Rockefeller, right?
Yeah, I was looking at
Mitt Romney. You said Mitt Romney.
Oh yeah, I said Romney to cover the bases, so Sam got that. Sam taking the lead with 5.
I had to come back.
AJ with what, 4?
AJ with 4, tied with DLAKE.
What did you get 4? I thought you had 3. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have 3 until I just scored.
Yeah, with Bud Johnson from Swing Vote, Kevin Costner. All right, let's go to the next quote. Failure doesn't kill you, dramatic pause. It increases your desire to make something happen. Failure,
I'm gonna have to,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to stretch my legs and take a mitt.
You're gonna go with Mitten.
Oh, you're talking about maybe a second run? Read that again. Failure doesn't stop you, or what'd you say?
Failure doesn't kill you. It increases your desire to make something happen.
Damn, that sounds like Mitt Romney, doesn't it?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say Rockefeller.
You're going with Rockefeller? AJ.
No.
Huh?
I'm gonna say Mitt Romney too.
You're going Mitt Romney too?
Yeah.
What are you thinking, AJ?
Failure doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger.
Sounds like a rap lyric.
Yeah, right?
Mitt Romney was a rapper in his younger days.
No way. True story. True story. Dude. Screw it, Mitt Romney.
You're all going Mitt Romney.
Yeah.
Power play.
That was actually Jonathan Kent from Man of Steel. Jack Dolan from The Company Men. Kevin Costner.
Kyle with 2 big points for tricking all of us. Oh, Kyle back in the game.
You guys just got Costnered.
If Kyle tricks us, guys, slow it down. If Kyle tricks us again on this next one, he is right back in this game.
Yeah, I'd be right back in with this next one, and we have 2 left. So,
wow.
Really, this is anybody's game.
Hey, let me go last on this next one. I gotta jump off here real quick.
All right.
Oh, that motherfucker. All right. I always tried to turn every disaster into an opportunity.
Never let a good crisis go to waste, you mean?
Sounds kind of similar. Sounds similar.
Oh man, that feels Rockefeller-ish already, but it could be a Romney because it sounds political. It could be right after Waterworld, Kevin Costner. Can you read it one more time?
I always tried to turn every disaster into an opportunity.
Mitt.
Sounds like Mitt Romney.
Yeah, it sounds like the Mitt.
As the governor of Massachusetts is the rest.
Damn Mitt.
Kidding. All right, so you're going.
Wait, whoever said this was the governor of Massachusetts?
No, I'm lying. That's not true. So you're Mitt Romney is Sam's vote. What are you thinking, D-Lake?
Well, you just said it wasn't Mitt Romney because no. Well, he might not have been governor then. So, but doesn't like Jesse Ventura, they still call him governor, even though he's not governor. And once you're governor, right?
Yeah, you're governor forever, I think.
Yeah. Like my dad had buddies in the Navy that were still chief and stuff after they retired, you know?
Yeah, and like president, when you're president forever.
Yeah, right?
Which is weird, like if you're at dinner with both Bush Jr. and Bush Sr.
Obama signed that thing that he has, him and his wife have Secret Service for life. And then this week it was like, is Michelle going to run for senator? It's like in Illinois
God,
where you live now.
no.
Kyle in Illinois and Michelle Obama's might run for senator in
Could there
2016.
be a worse candidate? Good Lord.
Okay, AJ's back. Can you read the quote one more time, Kyle?
I always tried to turn every disaster into an opportunity.
I'm going to say Kevin Costner after Waterworld.
You're going Kevin Costner after the epic Waterworld.
In Hollywood, though, it was a overpaid disaster. So yeah, I'm gonna say Kevin Costner.
And fuck Hollywood, I love Waterworld. I love Waterworld
great
so
movie.
much. I made a sequel to it,
Yeah,
or
brilliant.
a prequel. It was a prequel.
I was in SeaWorld somewhere, and they had like a little Waterworld thing going on.
Yeah, they do.
Oh no, I saw that at Universal Studios. That was wicked. Yeah, I saw that. I saw a live Waterworld at Universal Studios, and a live A-Team, and a live, and I sat inside Knight Rider. Anyways, go ahead, guys.
All right, so Sam says Mitt Romney. What did you say? Kevin Costner?
I did. I said Kevin Costner. Yeah.
All right, AJ?
Yeah, I'm sorry for that little break. I'm saying Rockefeller.
You're going with Rockefeller on that one?
Oh.
Yes, sir.
John D. Rockefeller.
Oh. AJ with a big one.
So that puts
He blocked Kyle and got the point.
So I'm out of the game at this point because the best I could do is a 4. Right now, AJ and Sam have 5, D-Lake has 4, and I have 1 quote left.
Bitch, I better get this.
All right. I have never once regretted missing a business opportunity so that I could be with my children and grandchildren.
Could be Mitt, it could be Rocky, could be Rocky. I'm going with Rocky. Oh,
wait, he said he never. Wait, say that again slow. He never missed a business opportunity to spend time with his kids?
I have never once regretted missing a business opportunity so that I could be with my children and grandchildren.
Oh, I see how it is. He's never regretted missing a meeting to spend time with the kids.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a lie, though. That's some pretentious Rockefeller talk.
You think Rockefeller too?
Yeah, that's not how he really feels, but that's what he said. No, Mitt Romney.
You're going Mitt Romney.
Yeah.
All right. So AJ, what do you think?
That's what I was thinking. Mitt Romney.
So we got 2 Romneys and 1 Rockefeller.
Fuck. Oh, I think it's Rockefeller, but what is it?
It's so close to Romney, I almost picked it.
It is Mitt Romney.
Booyah!
Which,
I just crashed. I finally lost one.
No,
Thank you.
won, Sam, you idiot.
No.
Sam,
AJ won.
AJ won. AJ won. D-Lake and Sam tied for second, and I came in a very close third.
Oh, I had it wrong. Oh, okay. Wait, Kyle, you have a patch on your screen.
Yeah, in honor of Kevin Costner from Waterworld.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, well, D-Lake's paranoid. Remember the time we had a guest on and he accidentally had a birthday cake on his head?
Oh, yeah, I know. Dude, we had a guest.
Wait, when did that happen? I do not remember this.
I had like a birthday cake on my head.
It was
for
like
the whole
Terrell
last,
Ventura. It was one of our really big guests.
for like the whole last half hour. I can't remember who it was. Yeah, for like the whole last half hour. I didn't even know I was like a dragon with a cake or some shit. But yeah, that was pretty funny. Hey, guys, real quick, because I posted it on our Facebook page about Tyrell Ventura was just on Off the Grid with his dad, Jesse Ventura. That was a pretty good interview. We've interviewed Tyrell Ventura, so I also posted that on our page too, so everyone go back and check that out. We've had so many amazing guests. I mean, I guess you could say AJ is one. It sucks bringing him into the game because he always fucking wins.
He does. We have a comment coming in also. I think you could guess who sent this comment saying, we need a Billy Jack edition of Who Done Said It, and I agree. We do need a Billy Jack.
That could only be Bo.
Yeah, that's definitely Bo.
Not Bo Bergdahl. Bo Schubert. What's his name?
Stewart.
Stewart.
You can call him Sherbert.
Hey, let's segue into the entertainment section. Kyle, great game of Who Done Said It
I wasn't
today.
fully prepared.
Everyone give it up for Kyle. He puts together these games, and they're so great and amazing. We bring AJ in. AJ, stick around. We're going to talk some entertainment now. And if I could lead off entertainment today by saying, 1, I love Netflix. 2, we have to listen right now to Sam's story.
Oh, I told this off air. It's not about entertainment in the way that it's something you can watch. But I can say that when I give you all the facts surrounding this story, it doesn't really have a point. It is just the strangest series of events that can ever happen. For those of you that don't know, Google Canton, Ohio. It's not like New York City or anything, but it's a city. About 12-minute walk from where this happened at is a little stream. My brother was coming home from a club, and he felt like he was being followed. He was worried he was going to get jumped, and he ended up ducking into a friend's house. But we ended up only getting a text that said, I'm being followed. So we went to try, to walk. I was going to walk him back from the club or wherever to come meet. We were all meeting wherever the band practices. As we're going to look for my brother, I'm on it's a one-block alley. It goes from between 7th and 8th Street where I live. It's a tiny little brick alley. A catfish flops out of some grass covered in dirt and looks up at me. I look down, give it a nudge with my foot, pick it up, it flops. So now I have a truncheon in my left pocket and a catfish in my right hand, walking through the city trying to find my brother. My brother comes home. There is a catfish in his sink, and we're explaining to him that it was found on the road.
Was it still alive?
I know from experience. I still do fish, but I know catfish can live outside of water for a couple hours.
It was still alive.
If you're going to fish and you don't want to torture an animal, always make sure the catfish gets back in the water because they'll suffer for hours, unfortunately.
And so Sam, what happened after that?
So once my brother gets home, everybody's chilling. It was kind of like a little meeting for the show next Saturday at Buzzbin. We take this walk down to the park, and we throw the fish. We actually drove down by then. We threw the fish into this little pond, and he swam away. But that's all the entertainment news I have, people. I walked down the city street and found a catfish.
You should have walked into a bar and put it on the table.
It's the most disconjointed, screwy story that'll ever happen to somebody.
So how far away from water was it?
Oh, hell. A good 12-minute walk, at least.
For a catfish, that's like 500 miles.
I would love to know the circumstances that led to this happening because it's just hilarious. But yeah,
well, let's just reiterate that Sam saves catfish. He got the catfish back to the water, and it swam away, right, Sam?
yeah. Well, I figured God wasn't going to make sure my brother got home safely if I didn't help this poor catfish. I don't know. Maybe they were linked. Who knows? But
all right, well, we love
I
animals.
disrespect you for that.
strangest story ever. But yes, I swear to God, it's true. It's the most bizarre night I've ever had.
All right, well, we love animals on the mediaspeaks.com. AJ, did you have anything in entertainment?
Not really like hardcore brand new news.
What have you seen recently, or what's good? I mean, give us some entertainment news.
Oh right. Well, I just got a couple of books and a Chinese chess set. I got the what is it? The Creature from Jekyll Island.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and
I love Janet Reno. I absolutely love it.
Is that G. Edward Griffin?
yeah, that's him.
Yeah,
And
there you go.
I was on Facebook the other day, and one of my friends online was talking about like how his PS4 won't even turn on and all that other good stuff, and I told him to buy a Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
And then I just thought, like, I have all these ROMs and emulators on my little external right here, and so what I've been doing for the past couple days is
Advertising that you break the law.
No, I own all the cartridges. I just don't have a Super Nintendo on me. But yeah, I've just been hooking up my laptop to my HD TV here and playing Mario and Mega Man.
I can actually go ahead.
Yeah, if I could, where I was unprepared earlier for like, bringing news or whatever, I've actually got something real quick. If you guys don't care, or if you guys want to keep doing your entertainment.
Are you saying earlier you weren't fully prepared? Oh.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I wasn't fully prepared.
No, not at all. But if I could just redeem myself real quick.
Oh, Betty, that's just awful.
Go for it, buddy.
Hell yeah. So, Russia and North Korea have decided that they're going to start trading in rubles, along with Russia and China talking about trying to get away from the dollar for oil.
Yeah, they've been talking about getting off the U.S. dollar for oil for a while. China
and Russia signed a deal, right, to exclude using the U.S. dollar, AJ?
Right. Yeah, trying to get the U.S. I wouldn't say they're trying to get the U.S. dollar rejected. They're just trying to move to. Yeah, well, I mean, they are to a point that I don't know, like it's
not even a try though. They're just are.
Hopefully, this will make us a little bit more dependent on ourselves. This could go in a decent direction as well.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Hopefully, we could just start using
rubles,
solar technology and wind turbines and all of that good stuff for our energy and
Have you seen a lot of the posts lately, AJ? I know you follow a lot of posts going on Facebook and whatnot, but have you seen the streets made out of solar panels? And
I posted that on.
Yeah. That's
Kyle. How do you feel about that?
I think it's dope. I think it's a little sketchy to be driving on glass, especially if it rains.
It's not purely glass, though, is it?
It's glass. It's like a special. It's like pretty much like Gorilla Glass, and it's got like bumps in it for friction or whatever. But no, it looks really, really cool. I think it's an exciting idea.
I mean, you could drive on shark glass. That should stick as hell, right?
Yeah, well, I'm worried about slipperiness.
Oh, yeah, good call. If that shit gets icy, you're done for.
Well, it won't get icy, though, because the smart streets can maintain a temperature above...
Oh, they heat up.
Yeah.
And they use the power of the sun. I mean, this shit is, amazing, right? Let's implement this.
Yeah, I say hell yeah. It looks really cool. The people...
Dude, here in California, I don't know how it is where you guys are at, but here in California, over the past, 4 to 5 years... They spent all this city money on every street corner. There has to be a slope with this yellow square that has all these bumpy bumps on it for
Oh, Betty, that's just awful.
on every street corner in California, they implemented that. I mean, that's one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's like money things.
No,
Give
I
me
think
all the money. I'll make sure every street corner is wheelchair accessible.
yeah, I have heard about that actually. Adam Carolla was complaining about that. But I mean, I think these smart roads are a really, really good idea.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Spend the money on a friggin' solar road, baby. Let's give that a try.
Hell yeah, smart roads. But
Power the whole city with the road itself.
I wanted AJ, before we get too far away from it, you were talking about playing some Super Nintendo and whatnot. I'm a pretty big original Nintendo and Super Nintendo guy myself, and did you know, here's a random fact about Kyle.
Castlevania rolls.
Kyle, this guy right here, can beat Super Mario Brothers in 8 minutes.
8 minutes?
Yeah.
I've got to see it, man. I've got to see it. Is that when you take the Star Road to Donut Land, and beat all the Star Roads so that you can end up in the last part of the boss's castle?
No, that would be Super Mario World, noob.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, I really want to see that, man. I really want to see that. I've seen it. Like I've seen some Chinese do it, but I want to see you do it.
I haven't done it in a few years, but I when I was really good, I could do it in like under 7 minutes. Like now, I can do it probably. If you were to like hand me a Nintendo right now, 10 minutes, I could have it done. But I used to time myself, and I could do it easily under 8 in like regular consistency.
Did you have a special secret, or you were just really fast, or what?
I'm just really good at that game. I've been playing that game literally since before my memory was formed. Like, I know every secret in that game, and I don't even know how. I used to play that game with my dad when I was fucking 3 years old. Like, he showed me everything, and I've just always remembered it. I used to have it on Wii, and I would come home after work, long day of work, and I would, like, just sit down and beat it, like, 10 times in a row. And then I'd play Super Mario Brothers.
And Kyle, for fans and friends, if you don't mind, you also have a tattoo of Mortal Kombat. Is that true?
I do. I have, is it this arm? It's this arm. My Mortal Kombat.
I wish I had the theme song ready.
Oh, I've got it in my head.
Sub-Zero.
I have the soundtrack somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
It's a good game. But no, yeah, I love Super Mario Brothers. Like, I'm thinking about there's this new system out that you hook up to the TV and it's got wireless controllers, and it's like can play Nintendo, Super Nintendo. Like, the way that they're able to sell it in stores is that they say it's for developers to like work on building games, but like you can put a ton of ROMs on there and shit and just play all your games with wireless controllers. It's like $100. I saw it at Target.
Well, dude, that's what I used to do, man. I had a PlayStation 3 controller, and I just hooked it up to the Bluetooth on my laptop, and like, I mean, it was a wireless controller, and I was just using my computer as the system for through the emulators and ROMs.
No, I love.
All right. Well, hey Sam, have you heard any good music lately, or seen any good movies, Sam?
That is some great timing to go to Sam.
I wasn't fully prepared.
Sam just ran out.
Okay, well, great. I watched a good one the other day, The Son of Batman.
The Son of Batman?
Son of Batman. Damien, Talia's son, who Batman didn't even know he was the dad. They're like, we got to get out of here. And he's like, who's we? You have a mouse in your pocket? She's like, no, your son. He's like,
like
what?
in Indiana Jones, the new one?
Yeah. He's like, I have a son? And she's like, yeah. And then the son wants to, like, kill and murder and like, we need to bring in Nightwing and, like, train this guy to be, like, honorable and vigilant. And by the end, he's like, I don't want to give it all away, but it's a really good movie. Animated feature from Warner Brothers and DC Comics, Son of Batman. I recommend it. I was wearing a different Batman shirt, my really cool one, the other day. I walked into my 7-Eleven and this kind of new guy there, he's a pretty cool guy. He's like, "Oh, sweet shirt, dude." I'm like, "Yeah, thanks, man." I'm like, "Hey, have you seen Son of Batman?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I really like Damien." I was like, "Oh, this guy knows what's up. What's up, dude?" He's like, "Yeah." So now every time I go to 7-Eleven, it's like, "Hey," and we start talking about Batman.
That's awesome. That's the way your relationship should be at 7-Eleven.
Well, that's the problem, though. Real quick, AJ, that's the problem, though, Kyle, is because at my 7-Eleven, the one that's close to my house, everyone there is like super cool. I walk in, they're like, "Hey, Dave, what's happening?" And they're like, "I'm known, and I'm like a superstar." And they're like, "Oh, Dave, blah blah blah." But the 7-Eleven that's like on the corner of like a different part of town where I work, oh, man, all those ladies are crazy.
Yeah, it really depends on like who you get. Like at the place that I work, it's like depending on the shift you come in, you're gonna get like very different responses.
Yeah, they're like, "Have a nice day."
You know what I watched recently?
What's that?
This isn't even a joke. This is completely serious. The other day, I watched on recommendation from Bo. I watched the 1991 movie Revenge, starring Kevin Costner.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty decent. It was an alright movie. Bo said that it's his new favorite Kevin Costner movie. It was good, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite because Kevin Costner still made Waterworld. So it was good though. It was a good movie.
Kyle.
Yes.
Here on my screen share.
Oh,
Revenge.
you got it. You got it pulled up.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's
Good
the
one.
movie.
Great movie.
It's like he gets out of the air. Have you seen it before?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Where he like gets out of the Air Force and for some reason he's friends with like a drug lord guy from Mexico.
He's got a hot young girlfriend.
Yeah, and like Kevin Costner for whatever reason thinks it's totally acceptable to bang his wife and then steal her from him. And so of course the guy's a Mexican drug lord. He's gonna kill. Well, actually he doesn't kill either of them. That was his problem. But he burns down their house and beats them up really bad and sells her into prostitution. But then Kevin Costner's like, now it's personal. And he like goes and meets some crazy people in Mexico and makes his way back. And the guy's like, all I ask is that before you kill me, you apologize for fucking my wife. And Kevin Costner's like, that's fair enough. I'm sorry. Pow! Yeah. That's the entire movie. Now you don't have to see it.
Now, going off the DLAKE...
Kyle giving spoilers away to 15-year-old, 14-year-old movies.
20-year-old?
So, oh yeah, 1990. Yeah, oh man. Jeez, over 20-year-old movie. Oh, how dare you give away this? How dare you spoil it for everyone that hasn't seen it? It's like, brand new. It's brand new to kids on Netflix.
I am going to kill you, Kyle.
I'm sorry, I should have said spoilers before talking about 23-year-old movie.
Now Sam's like, oh man, I would watch it, but Kyle just told me the whole friggin' story.
Yeah, there is that.
AJ,
hey Sam, have you seen that movie or heard anything in music or seen any other good movies lately? Have you seen Son of Batman, and what have you seen?
I would love to see Son of Batman. Would you believe I haven't even heard that it was out? No, I want to see Godzilla 2 and haven't. I will say this: I've got addicted to an old. I like a lot of. I like a lot of the old
microphones,
horror genres, Twilight Zone things. But lately, I've found really obscure Dark Shadows, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, and Boris Karloff Thriller.
And you're not talking about the Johnny Depp Dark Shadows remake that was horrible. You're talking about the originals.
I didn't see that either. No, I want to see that as well. See?
Terrible.
It's terrible, I'm sure.
Interesting fact, in Alfred Hitchcock Presents, they actually use the same microphone that Sam is using on our show.
The birds, Sam, the birds. I saw a report this week that a lady that was washing her car got attacked by a red-tailed hawk that just like swooped down on her and like fucked up the whole side of her face. And apparently these red-tailed hawks, made their home nearby the house, and they had, chicklets or whatever. They had.
Yeah, they'll fuck you up. Red-winged blackbirds too. Red-winged blackbirds will literally fucking attack you. You have to.
Yeah, so they're all protective parents, and then they're like, well, I think it was in Washington, but they're like, we got to bring in the, humane people to move these birds because they're attacking people.
Yeah, they will if you go by their nest. There's one that made their nest like right by our front door earlier this year.
Oh, man, that's scary. You wouldn't think that would be scary, but it is.
It is. It freaks you the fuck out when a bird swoops down and you're like, ah!
I mean, we make fun of Sam's microphones, but when I listen to the re-recordings, I always hear all these bird sounds, and that's pretty much coming from my place. I mean, I'm here in San Diego where it's pretty tropical, and there's just like these birds just won't shut the hell up, and obviously my studio's not soundproof.
DLAKE lives in a bird sanctuary, so he doesn't have to pay rent.
What do you call a bird sanctuary? Avatorium? Or
That sounds right.
A DLAKatorium, I believe.
Do you like Atorium? An aviary? An aviary. Call it an aviary, right?
Is that what it's called?
I think so.
I have no idea. All right. Orange is the New Black is back.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's what you're gonna say?
Yeah. Oh, I saw.
I keep seeing that.
I didn't know it was back on. I'm gonna watch it, but my sister.
What is that?
My sister was posting.
Awesome.
It's season 2 just started, Sam. You got to go back and watch part 1. But in the first 15 seconds, you're gonna see titties, including the girl from that '70s show. Her titties and the main girl's titties, like you see titties, like right away.
I'm a big fan of titties. Hey, I did want to mention on a sad note.
What about? Are you a big fan of jail lesbianism and no?
Yes.
Go ahead, Sam.
I tend to encounter that all the time. I did want to mention that I got a bit of sad entertainment news. They got the autopsy report from the singer of War, and Brocky died of a heroin overdose. Another one.
If we weren't protecting him in Afghanistan, it'd be a whole different story.
My inappropriate use of sound effects. Go watch Orange is the New Black. See some boobs.
Oh,
yeah.
Like watch it with my girlfriend. She loves the show. She watches it. We were watching it last night. We watched like the first 4 episodes ish of the new season. And
really?
every time boobs come on screen, I yell boobs and I point. That's probably annoying.
boobs! I haven't even got that far, but Kyle, I didn't even notice before because we were looking at Revenge with Kevin Costner.
Yeah, it's right there.
Right
That's
above it
what I
was. Right
yeah.
above it was the link. Here, I clicked on the link. Here it is. It's on Netflix. Hi, David. Welcome to your Netflix. You should start watching now.
Which one's the '70s showgirl?
I think I will. Yeah, you see her tits in the first 30 seconds of the first season.
Is that the one that was the redhead?
No.
Yeah, now she's the brunette.
Yeah, Donna. Yeah, she was.
Yeah, my
Donna,
bad.
but now she has dark hair. But I think she looks a little. I think she looked sexier back then, but she's still pretty hot. And the main girl's pretty hot. She took down. What's that girl's name? She got a weird name.
Boob.
Kentucky. She fucking beat Kentucky down.
Yeah.
Beat her ass down. Fucking knocked down her teeth and shit.
Taking no prisoners. Crazy.
The finale, the last season finale was pretty good. I don't want to spoil too much for Sam on today's entertainment section, but my sister said she's watching the new season already. Kyle says he's watching it.
It's decent. It's a good
So
show.
it's about a prison. Okay.
It's about a girl who she pretty much was like she had like a company. I think she made like soap or some shit, and she is starting a good life. She's got a boyfriend, and they're like about to get married. Who's Jason Biggs, the pie fucker, and they're about to get married. And their life's so great, and then she gets arrested and has to go to jail. And it turns out that they found like some new evidence that linked her to some bullshit that she had done like a few
Dealing
years
drugs.
before that. Dealing drugs and licking.
And Donna from that '70s show was like her drug dealer. Kyle, sorry.
Yeah, and they like 69 and stuff, and now she's in jail. You see her boobs a lot.
I hope I don't go to jail when I'm 16.
They beaver bumped.
Lizard.
The beaver bone.
There's a lot of bumping going on in that series too. I mean, even in the friggin' church, they're like, "Eat me out."
Oh, that's kind of.
If you like seeing a lot of boobs, and if you like the boobs of obese African American women, you are gonna love Orange is the New Black.
And everyone loves Crazy Eyes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. She's boss.
Oh, and I noticed in the new season, which I watch off and on when my girlfriend's watching it, but I forget her name, but Tank Girl is in it. Like, you remember Tank Girl? Then I believe that movie came out in 1994.
Oh,
Tank
yeah.
It's
Girl
gonna give
with,
us the ending. Oh no.
Corey
Oh
Feldman.
yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, the girl.
I met a girl dressed up cosplaying as Tank Girl at the Comic Con. That was really good. Pennsatucky was in Hustle and Flow. I mean, it's crazy when a new series comes out and there's a lot of good actors, and you're like, where have I seen this person before? And then you trace it back to something that you saw, but like kind of a long time ago. Yeah, that Pennsatucky girl that got beat down by the main chick, she was in Hustle and Flow with Terrence Howard.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of people in that show that like you just like that person looks familiar, and if you Google them, they've been in some shit.
You know what's funny? Crazy Eyes, she hasn't been in too much stuff, and they had this thing before, like after the first series before the new season, where all the girls were like sort of like dressed up really nice and in their normal outfits, and Crazy Eyes was all buff, and she's like, I don't know how I got cast for Crazy Eyes, and she's sitting there with crazy fucking eyes. It's like, it's pretty obvious to the rest of us, Crazy Eyes.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
It's like one of those awkward moments. Like I used to have a Wii like video game system, and somebody came over who was like really, really fat. Like this person weighed like probably like 400 pounds, and we made her Wii character, you know, like the little like animated thing, and like the other person that I was with made it like the maximum fatness, which is like only like slightly chubby, like in comparison, you know, and she's like, oh well, I'm not that fat, and everybody in the room just goes silent, like, ooh, this is awkward. This is like it could if there were 5 more pluses, we would have hit them. But it's like the same thing. Like I don't know how I got to be Crazy Eyes. It's like, oh, you don't know. You're seeing a different person in the mirror than the rest of us. Crazy.
Hey, I think it's been a great show, guys. Very entertaining entertainment section at the end there. Everyone, I guess, someone should send us a check for that Orange is the New Black commercial we just did.
They should. All right, D-Like, let's just do a quick wrap out. Why don't you?
Why don't you just wrap us out? D-Like for Prez, MediaSpeaks.com. Kyle, go ahead.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching. We come on every single Saturday. TMS Live, the guys from MediaSpeaks.com, and even AJ Twynham sometimes. Check out Sam's channel, The Correct Views, on YouTube. You can find all of his videos, all the correct views on the correct views on the MediaSpeaks.com, which is all of our channel. David Lake is his channel. The Media is Here is mine. Anthony Quartz is Constant Injustice. But just go to the MediaSpeaks.com on YouTube, the MediaSpeaks.com. The Media Speaks on Facebook, at The Media Speaks on Twitter, on Instagram. We aren't there. Go fuck yourself. See you next week for a much, much better episode.